All right, this is Dark Days Radio, and we're here to talk about Kult. And I'm one of your hosts, Mike. And tonight, geez, we have pretty much everybody here all across the world. We're covering, yeah, day, night, morning, everything.
Five
So this is
different time
pretty,
zones
5
3
different time
continents?
zones.
and 3
Super
continents. Yeah.
exciting,
Yeah.
outstanding stuff. Yeah, as I mentioned, I'm one of your hosts, Mike. And tonight I'm joined by Crystal. How's it going, Crystal?
It's going good. I am here.
All right. Good.
Cat
good,
hasn't
good.
knocked
All
down
right.
anything again yet, so
Yeah, that was pretty scary before the show started. There was a cat attack. It was pretty much like Animal Planet for a minute there. Um, and today we also have Chigg. How's it going, Chigg?
Going pretty great. How about you?
Just chipper, a little bit hot in here, but we're going to survive. Speaking of heat, we also have David.
Hi, yeah. No, Mexico doesn't do summers hot. Mexico does spring hot, so it's actually quite nice at the moment. It's just like a British summer here, so I'm pretty cool.
The more you learn. Definitely cool.
Yeah.
Speaking of Britain, we got Chris.
Hello. Yeah, it's been raining today, so that's relief.
You're in
Just
Sheffield.
got the weather here. Yeah.
And then finally, coming all the way from the southern hemisphere, we've got Pete. Back on the show. Pete, how you doing?
I'm doing well. It's very cold down in Melbourne town, actually. It's, 4 degrees Fahrenheit, so that's great.
Oof.
Yeah, we're
Four Fahrenheit.
Celsius. What are we on? It's also early, so there we go. Yeah, man. So
I mean 4 degrees Fahrenheit
It's
is really cold still.
yeah, it's
Yeah,
so cold.
4 degrees Fahrenheit is like minus 10
Celsius. Then I'm sorry, it's Celsius. No, it's Celsius. 4 Celsius. There we go. The cats are the cats. I let the cats out recently. And now they're running around pinging my Ring camera, going, "Please let me back in." I'm like, recording a podcast now, cats. You had your chance.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Well, really excited to have you here. It's been quite some time, and
It's
definitely
been a minute. Yeah.
pretty thrilled to get your insight on Kult, because last episode we did our kind of setting and a little bit of rules review for Kult. And Pete, you weren't on that one, but we're going to be talking about rules a little bit as we create our characters today, which will be used in the upcoming episode where we actually do an actual play.
Cool.
So I think let's just jump right into creating characters, because we're going to try to record back to back today. So we got to keep this a little a little quick today.
Yeah.
All right. So Kult. For people that did not listen to the previous episode, you definitely should, but let's give you a super duper quick explanation of the setting. Kult is a modern day horror game wherein everything you know is a lie. Basically, we're living in a sort of Gnostic setting wherein humanity is trapped in this cage of lies around them, whether it be kind of illusions hiding certain like techno-organic monstrosities, or these vile archons which are controlling us and keeping this illusion around all people. This takes a lot of inspiration from Gnosticism, wherein humans are basically, they have a divine spark, which they have forgotten has been suppressed. But as the demiurge that trapped us in this cage has vanished, slowly humanity is breaking free. And that's the kind of characters that we are going to be playing. I believe, Chris, we're not going to be playing sleepers. We're going to be playing those who have just starting to get an inkling that there is truly an illusion around us.
Yeah, I think we can assume that characters have all had at least the tiniest sliver of an inkling that something is off with the world. Whether that's been through a near-death experience, through their own research, whether that is the occult or science, or history, whether that's because they have engaged in various mind-altering experiences, which can range from drug-induced near-death, the most amazing orgies in the world, you name it. There are mind-altering experiences that this game suggests that can allow characters to pierce the veil, if only briefly. And then, of course, they may well have just had a brush with the paranormal as it by happenstance, and so they've seen something that is off. Um, so, yeah, they won't know that there are things like archons. They won't know there are things like the other type of entities we've already spoken about, but they are at least suspicious that there are things out there or something out there, whether it's ghosts, demons, angels, aliens, extra-dimensional entities, cryptids, whatever. It all fits into the panoply of weirdness.
Yep, absolutely. So definitely a really cool game that we're all excited to play. And also, aside from the setting, it's got pretty cool rules as well. Uh, it's a powered by the apocalypse game. So it's very simple, and the players do all the rolling in this game, and the game master, which will be Chris, he just
Does
gets to sit
nothing.
back and kind of just declare when a move needs to occur. And basically, when a move is being done in this game, this version of Powered by the Apocalypse, you roll 2d10, take the sum of that, and then add any necessary modifiers, which might be your character's attributes or some other kind of environmental modifiers as well. And
Yeah.
we'll talk about that a little bit more when we get closer to some of the moves when we're doing character creation. And as I mentioned, this is super fast, but we got to make 5 characters today, so we're going to try to go through it at a pretty brisk clip.
Yes. So there are a number of archetypes. There are some other ones which are more awakened, enlightened archetypes. We're going to start with just the aware archetypes, of which there are 20. They in the book they have essentially a template for how you build them, obviously with some options, and we're going to go through those, and we'll as we do that we'll explain the modifiers, how they're allocated to the attributes, what advantages there are, and how they have how you determine the relations they have to other characters in the party. So I guess we should the first thing we do is actually just say, I guess, which archetype everyone's picking for their character.
Yeah, totally. So I'm not sure if everyone has picked their archetype yet. Definitely, people can scroll through the PDF and look at that. But I know Chigg and I do have ours listed right here, so I think we can talk about that a little bit. I'm going to be going with the academic. Now, Chris, you do have a setting or a scenario in mind for us. I think that's going to kind of impose some limitations
Yes.
a little bit. Do you
So
want to give some background to that?
So the scenario is that there is at the Cecil Thorne Art Center, which I have translocated it to the city of Miami in the year 1984. Just because I've been watching Manhunter and then watching Miami Vice recently, so I'm totally in the mood for serial killers with with pastel color schemes, and what you would call, what's the term, neo noir. So you should really be making characters that either have a high society background or have an interest in the arts, interest in history, and yeah, that's basically it. So there are numerous ways you could have a character that's linked to high society, whether they are, they're rich, or they're a dilettante of some form, or they're someone's dealer, if you want to go down that route,
Dear.
that kind of things. Academics,
It's Miami.
obviously there's academics, and there's an archetype for an artist. There are also, if you also think about it, there are options for people that have maybe like have connections to the media, because obviously you have news reporters and so forth there. And then the other type of thing might be people that obviously have an interest in the occult, and so understand that there is an occult connotation of the art that's going to be on display, and so they're interested in it for that aspect, or they have been alerted that there are strange things going on at the Circle K, which is the which will be the Art Institute, and so obviously have been drawn in as a person that is an investigator who has been called upon by one of the NPCs who is concerned that shit is weird and it's getting weirder.
Love it. Perfect. Yeah, so I think I'm going to take the easy character here and do the insufferable art academic, the art historian.
Art academic.
Yep.
You're totally about the chiaroscuro of the artwork, because the artist, the person whose art is on display, known as Valquellen, is also inspired by the work of I can't think of his name. Does chiaroscuro, style of artwork, Caravaggio.
Ah, okay, very good. I will research that person before we get started playing.
Jesus Christ, Mike.
That was
How do you not know who Caravaggio is?
I'm not the best person to be playing an art historian, but
That
I will
was
do
what-
my
Which
best.
is why it makes you the best.
yeah. That's that was why I didn't want to play an art academic, because I'm like, what do I know about art? And I'm like, I own some Chris Bradstreet art. I don't know who would be on that.
Okay, so right, who else? Chigg, what were you planning on playing?
I was planning on playing a death magician, but they don't appear in this book, so I will go with descendant instead. I am the last surviving descendant of an ancient rich family, so I'm a shiftless layabout art patron.
Well, you know, you're wrong. Death Magician is in the book. It's right at the back because it's one of the 4 awakened archetypes. And as I've
I
said,
was
you
told
can't
not
play
to
one.
look at those, so it doesn't
Yeah.
feel like that I was allowed to look at.
So you're playing a descendant, which means you're descended from a cursed bloodline
That's the
or a
plan. Yeah.
dark cult.
A little of both.
Fun.
Why not? Why not get them both in there?
Okay, good. That's wicked. Okay, Crystal.
Yeah. I am going to be playing the doll. So, a
The
divorced
doll.
trophy wife.
I can talk to. Well, I thought I'm the one who's being incredibly obvious here. I said, well, if the whole scenario takes place at an art gallery, how about I play an actual artist? And there goes Crystal. All right.
Yeah, that's a good idea to play an artist.
Yeah.
Sorry, Crystal's playing a doll, which hello, she's back. So Crystal, you're playing the doll, which is what is that actually? Oh, you just look nice. You're a variety of things. No, Trey.
It's
Way to
it's
be
basically someone
reductive.
who's been either controlled or owned, or like they didn't have their own autonomy.
So for character generation, then we've got a selection of template character types. There are about 20 of these that are aware. There are 4 more which are enlightened that we're not going to use. We're assuming characters have had some brush with the supernatural or have had something that has expanded their sensory awareness of the world around them. They've glimpsed the truth, as it were, either through some mind-altering experience, research, science, the occult, etc. So, Mike, you've said you're going to play the academic and go for an art historian.
Yep, that's right. Yeah,
Cool.
I figured that'd be good.
And that links you in with the scenario, because the scenario is going to be at this art center set in Miami in the 1984, where we're going to have this kind of artwork that has occult connotations is going to be on display, and also there are NPCs that are aware that weird happenings have been going on in the run-up to this event. Then Chigg, you've said you're going to play what was it? Descendant.
The descendant. Yeah.
Which is someone that has a link to the occult in some way, whether they were a bloodline or they're a member of a dark cult, or you've got some mythic ancestor, or you've been chosen by a lost god. Oh, okay, fun. And then Crystal, you said you're going to play the doll.
Yep.
As your character type. So that's someone which has been used and abused and maybe trafficked, or I think they have other ones where they're a model or a trophy wife or a gigolo, that kind of character. Obviously, we should say definitely at this point with character creation and with what we'll be playing in Cult, trigger warnings will mostly get into some tricky, problematic possible themes, especially in this story, because it definitely has themes of violence, sex, drugs, the occult, self-harm, abuse. Pretty much the whole smorgasbord. I think we're happy that we know when to say stop and when to fade to black on certain things. But I think we just say that up front. Then, Pete, what were you going to play?
I was going to play the artist, actually. I figured artist. Why not? I figured we needed one.
Yeah, an artist makes sense.
Yep.
That's good. And then we have finally David. You're going to play...
The Broken.
The Broken. And the Broken is... I can't remember what the Broken is. Oh, okay. So this is someone that has clearly had some difficult times in life, as the examples are escaped mental patient, street peddler, fence, thief, police. So this is essentially saying someone that has had a mental health episode. Yeah. Or troubled upbringing, or has been an abuse survivor, or similar. So now we've got that, we can go into the options for each of these characters. And each of these characters has, the first thing you choose is their dark secret. So everyone's going to be picking a dark secret for their character. So we'll start with Mike. What are you going to go for?
Yeah, so off the list that's on the character page, and I gotta mention that Cult Divinity Lost is great because once you pick your archetype, your entire character creation is just on a little 2-page spread. And I grabbed Strange Disappearance. So something happened to the past, and my character vanished, and that was probably what links them to the strangeness of Cult.
Yeah, you went to Jared Leto's island and then came back years later.
He came back? Wow.
No, changed, man.
You need to you need to Google Jared Leto's house if you haven't, by the way. But anyway.
Wow. Well, maybe you've watched. We've been rewatching You, and obviously that has a fun character in season 2 where art really did imitate life for that exact actor. But anyway.
Oh wow.
Chigg. Yeah, Chigg. What is your dark secret?
Well, it's got to be family secret, right? So my family's part of an old cult, and that's why we all die so tragically young. The god we worship eats us.
Crystal, your dark secret.
So I actually chose 2, and it's because they go hand in hand together. I chose occult experience because we all know that the wealthy do some weird culty things. And so she stumbled upon one of those. And then her other dark secret is that out of that experience, she is now chosen by that god.
Wow. That sounds like you were basically privy to a really interesting private experience with some rich people. Yeah. Okay. You can elaborate on that as you feel fit. I think the horrible thing about this day and age is that reality is stranger than fiction.
We know what probably happened.
Pete, what is your dark secret? Or you can pick 2, obviously.
I am going to take a pact with dark forces because that sounds great.
Okay. Wow. Is that basically you make a pact with one of the Death Angels? I guess so.
I would imagine so.
Yeah, we'll get to that then. And then David?
I returned from the other side.
Ooh, so you've been beyond Earth to somewhere. That makes sense for your character type, though. That means you've had maybe a near-death experience or something like that.
That will also come into play when we talk about the disadvantages. So one of the disadvantages I've chosen fits into this kind of, oh shit, I left reality.
So that leads us into disadvantages. You get to pick 2. So, David, what disadvantages have you picked?
Because I'm broken, I automatically get the broken disadvantage, and then I
Right.
get 2 on top of that. One of them, I forgot. Yeah, so it's I forgot what I chose now. One of them was schizophrenia.
Yeah.
I chose. So I struggle with psychosis and have hallucinations. Oh no, so I do only take those 2. So at least I thought I had more than that. Ignore me. Maybe I need to take.
Okay.
Yeah, so I've got schizophrenia.
Okay, fine. Fits.
Did I really cross over? I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. And then Pete, what disadvantages are you taking?
I'm going to take victim of passion, and I'm going to take drug addict because it's the 80s.
Excellent.
Good choice.
Good choice. And then Crystal, what are your disadvantages?
My disadvantages are stalker and object of desire.
Brilliant. And then Chigg.
I took repressed memories and cursed because they sound like super fun.
Yeah. Okay.
Surely nothing will trigger.
I don't remember my childhood with my strange family doing dark rituals in the basement. Great. Yeah.
No.
And then, Mike, what are your disadvantages?
So I also grabbed repressed memories. I assume my strange disappearance to Jared Leto's mansion has traumatized me, and it surfaces on occasion. But one thing I thought would be cool, my second one is stalker, because I assumed that when I vanished, one of my grad students vanished too. They haven't been found, but somebody seems to be stalking me. Could it be them? Could it be something
Right,
else?
okay. So we'll get into the details of those as we get past the rest of the rest of the character creation, because the next thing is advantages. So you get to pick 3 advantages from your list of them from a table that you have. They're linked to particular attributes, like, for example, on the academic, you've got one is linked to charisma, another one is linked to reason. So, Mike, what advantages are you picking?
Yeah, so I grabbed academic network. So basically, I can utilize university resources potentially. Another one I have is authority, which is just making me an authority in the art community, essentially. That one works a little bit different than other advantages. Most of the advantages are moves, but this one is kind of something you roll at the beginning of each session, and you might get a benefit or maybe a drawback.
Cool.
And then finally, elite education, because I don't know what college he went to. Maybe Dartmouth. Let's say Dartmouth.
Yeah. Maybe he went to Oxford. That'd be fun.
Ooh. Very elite.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Then, Chigg, your advantages.
I took influential friends because I have a lot of money and I can buy my friends. Intuitive because I can read people. And bound because it seemed like it'd be fun to have a demon bound to me. I'm sorry. A supernatural entity. It doesn't necessarily need to be a demon. It's probably really an angel if you think about it. It's a good thing.
Yeah.
If you think really
It's just a
hard.
friend. Yeah, it's just a friend you found along the way. It's got
He's a guy.
no malicious intent whatsoever.
He's a cool dude
Crystal,
who does nice things for me.
Crystal, what are your advantages?
Nice.
Okay, my advantages are the perpetual victim, magnetic attraction, and divine.
Right.
darling.
Okay.
I know, right?
And then, Pete, what advantages are you going for?
I have grabbed Notorious, Forbidden Inspiration, and Snake Charmer. I specifically decided not to get artistic talent because I'd never said I was a good artist.
Oh, you're a complete hack. Great.
He's a sandwich artist.
Oh, that makes sense. You're only an
So you're
artist.
Damien
because
Hirst.
You've got rich parents. Yeah.
That's how we know each other.
Nepo baby.
David,
Yeah.
I'm drinking coffee here.
Or it's or it's Hockney. I don't rate Hockney's art. I think it's trash.
Well,
You can
the
take
story
that one
is
to the
Damien-
bank.
Yeah, Damien Hirst doesn't do any of his own art. He gets his students to do it all for him.
Yeah.
And he puts his name on
Correct.
it. So.
There's an Australian artist you might be aware of called Brett Whiteley. He's passed away since then, but he just used to take a lot of heroin and then wake up and what he had left he would then sell for millions. So yeah, this is me and Brett. So there we go.
So he'd sell the heroin for millions?
No, he'd take the heroin, get really high, do a lot of artwork, and then it would.
David will get my reference in a minute. David,
it would sell off.
Clearly,
But anyway.
David, obviously, coming from the British Isles and growing up at the same time period as I do, you are aware of a TV series well renowned known as Eurotrash, and they often had some interesting artists.
Oh my god! Eurotrash. I saw it on. I think it's on Amazon Prime. I think you can now watch it again on Amazon Prime. So
Yeah.
If anybody wants to know what Eurotrash is, go watch it. It's weird as fuck, but it's also amazing.
Yeah. And the voiceovers are a premium. Anyway, David, what are you?
in a lot in it.
Yeah,
yes.
Oh, cool.
So I then on advantage. I'm playing a tattoo artist because why the hell not? So I've got street contacts, which is a charisma-based thing. Because I crossed over to the other side, I decided to take enhanced awareness, which allows me to open myself up to visions and communicate with entities from the other side. So I might be able to see Chigg's friend and go, "Hi, there's two of you." And then Sixth Sense, because I'm trippy and I'm like, always anxious.
Brilliant. Okay, with that done, the next stage is you assign modifiers to your attributes. Now, the cool thing about the character sheet, and this will be brought up by the magic of editing, I will bring this up on the screen for those at home watching. If you're listening, well, tough, go look at the YouTube. And so the attributes are laid out like the tree of knowledge, aren't they? The Sephiroth. So there are a number of attributes which you assign modifiers to. And again, the way you assign these modifiers is... I think it's the same for every character, actually.
It is.
Almost.
Yeah,
it
is.
Yeah, it is. So you get to assign the scores of +2, +1, and +0 to the 3 passive attributes, which are fortitude, reflexes, and willpower. And then you get to assign the following modifiers of +3, +2, a +1, a further +1, a +0, and then a -1 and a -2 to the active attributes, and of which there are 7 of those. That's charisma, coolness, intuition, perception, reason, soul, and violence. So, of course, it makes sense that you'll want to assign these attributes in a way that benefit your advantages, because of course they are going to be powered off those attributes. So I'll assume everyone's done that in some meaningful manner.
I
Done
should
it.
probably,
Some
I,
manner.
I should
Yeah.
probably look at my advantages and my advantages and see what's
We can go through them. So obviously, fortitude is going to be for enduring injury. Willpower is to not lose your shit. Reflexes is to obviously dodge harm. Reason is investigation. Intuition is to read a person. Perception is to observe a situation. Coolness is about how to act under pressure. It covers a lot of things like, trying to heal someone, or trying to pick a lock while some demonic entity is running down the corridor at you. Violence is pretty much what it says. Charisma, influence others, and soul basically covers anything that involves magic. Right. Then with attributes assigned, the next thing is to basically further define your character, which will be what they look like. There are suggestions again on these templates. So if you're new to roleplay games, or you're unsure, you can do this. I feel like Kult really needs like a Warhammer level of random tables sometimes. And then you obviously are going to pick a name for your character, and then we get into relations. So we can skip past looks because we'll assume that'll come to you as we finish up character creation. So relations then is you're going to introduce a character. So I'm sure we'll start with whoever feels they've got a more established idea of their character, and then it will say how you connect your character to each one, and this will give you a modifier of a relation to that character. These scores will play into, I guess, how you perform roles with relation to that character. Right. So, who wants to begin first? Who's got the most fully formed idea of their character?
I've got some ideas. I've got some ideas here. I think it would be good, Pete, if you're okay with this for the relations, for my art critic, art historian character to be a bit of a not really a mentor, but maybe a not even a patron, but somebody who's kind of puffing up your work a little bit, and maybe there's some economic kickbacks here, that sort of thing. What are you thinking?
That could work. I can go with that.
Okay, all right. So maybe
will
like
do
a
that.
plus one relations in that regard. I'm
Yep.
I'll put down on my character sheet that I am a supporter of your work.
I've just thought of a brilliant connection to me and Chigg.
Okay, I'm listening.
So one of the characters was the reason I was broken. You sent me to the other side somehow.
It was just passing around.
Whether it was on purpose, accidental, whether it was your friend or not, but it was your fault.
I'm okay with that. Yeah, you can put me down for that. Yeah.
Weirdly, that gives me a +1 to the relationship. I'm not quite sure why.
So I'm gonna go for David. That you have seen what is hunting me. That gives me a +1 to you.
Okay.
Since you were kicked over to the other side by it.
Right. Yeah, makes sense. I will. Yeah, know that. But my PDF reader has just crashed, so.
Okay.
So I don't know anything else now. Just ignore me for about 5 minutes.
Okay, carry on. Whoever wants to carry on.
Who wants to be my lover? I've got one of the characters is your lover. Take a relation with +1 with them.
You
+1?
I mean, do you want to be like my rebound boy toy? All right.
That's fun.
Done.
I consent to that. That's fine, Pete.
So does that mean almost every character is related to another character now? Because that's how many relations. It's up to you how deep you want this web to be, but also that would be that would lead it to be kind of contrived to that everyone knows everyone kind of job. So I think as long as each character has knowledge of at least one or two of the other player characters, then I was
just thinking, so me and Chigg and Mike know each other, and then Crystal and Pete know each other.
And then myself and Mike know each other. Yeah, myself and Mike know each other. Mike, I can actually
like a circle.
Yeah,
somehow, but yes,
Mike, I can actually take that you've commissioned art from me, which gives us a +1. So easy.
Sure. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that's good. So it seems like there's probably like a I don't think it's a full circle, but definitely Pete, Crystal, and my own characters all know each other, and then obviously David, you and Chigg's characters have a complicated history, so there's kind of two groups kind of going into it. It seems like, which I think is pretty reasonable, pretty fair.
There's the club kids, and then there's the people that have clearly dabbled in the occult somewhere, or art history.
There's the people who have dabbled in the occult, and there's the people who have dabbled in the cocaine.
Yeah.
I did not dabble. I was forced.
So if we look at then the things that we can define more, there's we look at the dark secrets. So again, chosen one is about you've been chosen by God to become an advocate or sacrificial lamb. The God's disciples look at watch over you, waiting for the day of your ascension. It says suggested personal drives. So in other words, it's essentially defining what your relationship is as being the chosen one. Are you trying to fight the cult or the god that's picked you? Are you trying to actually expand the cult's membership? Are you trying to fulfill your god's desire? So have a think about what you want to do for that. Chigg, do you say you've got curse?
I took family secret.
You took family secret. So again, there's a kept secret, and some dreadful horror. You know, they might have webbed feet or something, and they're from Herefordshire. No, and
I have webbed feet, and I'm not from Hertfordshire.
And so personal drives are things like keep the secret, avoid your family, confront your family, find out the entire truth. So have a think about how you want to play that. You don't have to reveal it now, but you can if you want. Forbidden knowledge. Does someone take forbidden knowledge? Nope. Guardian. No.
I have forbidden inspiration, but not forbidden knowledge.
Guilty of a crime. No. Air. No. Mental illness.
Got that one.
So what one?
Sorry, drug addict is what I've got.
Yeah. Okay. One of your close relations suffers from a mental illness. There's a good chance you have seen with your own eyes or heard from your relative that reality is simply an illusion. But who would believe you or the crazy family member? Clearly, they're mad. Suggested personal drives are explore the illusion, expose the conspiracy, take revenge on your doctors and other caregivers. Wow. Find out the truth from your relative or find your missing mentally ill relative. I think clearly as an artist, you want to explore the illusion, don't you? Because it's going to inspire your art, make you famous. And you know, you're going to explore the illusion. You're going to then put a fucking fish in a fucking box of water and sell it for millions. Anyway, occult experience. Who had occult experience?
That's me.
Did anyone take that? Okay, so you've witnessed occult proceedings. Yeah. Which change your view of reality. Yeah, sure. You've participated in arcane rituals. Okay. Exposed cult serving serving disturbing entities or seeing things revealing that the world is not what it seems. So ideas here is like uncover more of the truth, seek atonement, help others realize the truth, fight the demons, or seek out more occult knowledge and power, or something that you feel fits that occult experience, how you want to interact with it. So really, these are just ways of as we go through these don't really create any mechanical impact on the game, but they are fleshing out how your character interacts with the setting and creates opportunities for narrative if we were playing a longer game. Pact with Dark Forces. Who the hell was that?
I think that was me.
Oh, no.
I think, hang on, what have I got? Oh, no, I've got Pact with Dark. Yep, Pact with Dark Forces, that was me.
So you've sealed a pact with a powerful entity. You may have made the pact willingly or have been tricked into it. Regardless, you are now a member of the under the being spell. You may have benefited greatly from this pact, but the cost could be your literal soul. Deep inside you. So, God, it feels like you were possibly a shit artist until you made a pact with a demon or entity of something, and now your art is great.
No. I like.
You went down to the crossroads, didn't you?
I like my idea that I'm still a shit artist. It's just now my art is popular.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
So your suggested personal drives may be like find a way to break the pact, cheat to death, slay the entity that is that has you bound, achieve further power or success, or take revenge on whoever tricked you into the pact. You know what? Your character's that shitty dude who buys the Pillar of Pain in Hellraiser 3. He's a dick.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, that's kind of so. Have a think about how you want to do that. Responsible for medical experiments. No one's got that. No. Returned from the other side. That's pretty much what it says. You experienced the illusion shattering completely, and you returned. Your apartment block may have slipped into another dimension. Its existence wiped from history. An airplane may have disappeared, and you were found 20 years later without memories and having not aged a day. You were possibly at war in a battlefield and survived literally walking into hell. Or, like I say, near-death experience, and you obviously went to the underworld and came back. Suggested personal drives, discover the truth about the event, expose what happened to you to the world, elude your fate, return to the scene, or find a lost relatives or friends. So have a think about that then, David, because that fits your character right.
Yep.
The next one is, we've got Rootless Note. Strange disappearance. Someone close to you disappeared after getting too close to the truth while investigating something. You have no idea what happened, but someone recently sent you a cryptic information urging you to finish what your colleague started. Since your associate disappeared, you've become the victim of unknown stalkers. So, Mike, it's suggested personal drives are figure out what happened, what became of the missing person, finish the investigation they started, escape your pursuers, bring the guilty to justice, or reveal the truth to the public.
I also have stalker too, so.
Or whatever else you think was strange disappearance. Then victim of crime? No. Victim of medical experiments? No. Visitations? No. So that's all the dark secrets there that we've gone through. So I think that's everyone covered.
Yep.
So then we're on to disadvantages. Now these do have essentially a kind of like moves that take place and are triggered at. They're essentially moves. They're moves, actions, narrative events that I can trigger, that I have to keep in mind and trigger, and generally. You'll get more disadvantages as your character's stability, their mental stability, essentially degenerates. So, like other moves, every disadvantage has a trigger condition. So, what have we got? We've got broken. Some experience in your past has broken your psyche, so badly you're unable to recuperate it from it. As a result, your stability is never increased beyond distressed. So you're always distressed, which is stability 6, and stability ranges on the sheet from at the top end of composed down to distressed, which is 1, 2, which is what?
It's a 10-point
2,
scale.
3, 4, 5, 6 points up. So that basically means you get -1 to attempts to keep it together. So yeah, you basically shit your pants whenever.
Yeah, I'm going to run around screaming a lot.
No one had competitor. No one had condemned. Someone had cursed, which basically means in the first session, whenever you're confronted by the supernatural, you make a roll and see how strongly the curse influences you. And then, as a result, I get a hold. And I can't remember how holds work. Holds are things that can be spent.
It's screw me over points. You spend them to have bad things happen to
point. Me. Yeah. Depression. Did anyone have that one? No. Drug addict. That was Pete's character. So you're addicted to hard drugs. Name at least one.
Cocaine. It's the 80s.
It is, yeah. In the first game session, whenever you have been using or have the opportunity to use, you roll, and then that gives me opportunities to fuck you over at a later point. We don't have those one. Did someone have greedy? No. Guilt, harassed, haunted, infirm, involuntary medium. Wow. Jealousy? No. Liar. Lost identity, mart. Mental compulsion? No. Nemesis? No. Nightmares? No one had that. Mm-hmm. Object of desire?
That's me.
Something special about you. You ignite deep.
No, we're talking about the rules.
Oh, smooth.
You ignite deep, unhealthy desires in others, which they are unable to keep in check. Oh my god! At the first game session, and whenever you meet one or more new people, roll, and basically it means someone becomes desirous of you, and I get a hold. So it means I can do a move on you.
Oh.
So these holds basically are used to ignite that person's desire on you and cause situations. We'll just call it that. Obsession. Did anyone have that? No.
No, next will be repressed memories.
There we go. You've got repressed memories of a particularly unpleasant event from your past. Blah, 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 blah. The Games Master decides the nature of your repressed memory, usually based upon your dark secrets. So, Chigg, you clearly in childhood witnessed some really horrific cult event that your family are involved in, and you have blanked it from your memory.
I would like to propose that I saw mommy fucking Santa fish.
Wow. Yeah, okay.
Next up would be schizophrenia.
No, because so basically,
Oh no, Mike has repressed
in
memories as well.
situations associated with your repressed memories, you get to roll, and then it will cause you to try and have to keep it together or lose stability. Mike, you also have repressed memories.
Yep. Yeah, I assume it has something to do with the disappearance of myself and the graduate student.
Well, the when it said disappearance, the strange disappearance, someone close to you disappeared. It's not actually yourself.
Right.
So
it's the grad student then.
Yeah, so you likely witnessed something weird happen.
Was in some hanky panky with, and yeah, something happened to them. I mean, I can leave it up to you, Chris, for what kind of Hellraiser thing you want me to be affected by.
I think it's most probably that you witnessed them involved in some occult activity that you can define, which rent apart the veil, and you witness something come out and get them, and that's why they're gone. That's why, obviously, you are one of the only people that last saw them, that is on camera having seen them, and why you are stalked by their family or some friend to get the truth. Next is rival. Then after that is schizophrenia. You struggle with recurring psychotic episodes and hallucinations. In the first game session, basically you roll and I get holds that I can do moves that trigger your hallucinations. Well, that's going to be great for this scenario. So thank you, David. You've made my life really fucking easy.
I may have read this scenario before you said you were going to play it, so I kind of may have lent into it a little bit.
Yes, when in doubt, just lean into the danger. Sexual neurosis. No one took that one. Stalker. You are hunted by a faceless enemy. Anyone you meet could be one of their minions or even the stalker themselves. In the first game session, and whenever you meet, whenever you expose your current location, roll, and then I get some holds that relate to that stalker. Victim of passion. No. Wanted?
Yeah, I have victim of passion.
Oh, do you? Okay.
Yeah.
You have an overwhelming passion for someone or something. Oh God, you and Crystal's character are just like not good together. You have overwhelming passion for someone or something, seeking to possess it at all costs. In the first game session, and whenever you counter the subject of your passions or something resembling it, interesting, roll. And then it's about keeping your passion in check, and I get holds that can be used to decrease your stability.
Okay.
So I have to keep all of that kind of in mind, but also, keep it in mind for yourself when these occur, so I can trigger holds, because, there's a lot to keep track of. With that done, the next thing is advantages. Advantages can provide edges that give you benefits on dice rolls. Right, so we've got academic network. We'll rattle through that. That's going to give you a benefit to recalling information. Knowing someone at a university to give you information that would be useful for your research. Did someone have artistic talent? No.
Nope.
No.
Specifically didn't take it.
No one had authority. No one had awe-inspiring. Mike had elite education, which is whenever you ask your contacts for a favor, you can choose up to 3 options, which is about getting access to things. You've attended one of the world's most prestigious institutions and have acquired contacts with power and influence. Oh god, if you went to Oxford, did you know people part of the what was it that pig fucker and Boris
Oh
remember
yeah,
of?
yeah.
The
This
Bullingdon
was the
Club.
80s. This was the 80s or
Yeah.
maybe the 70s. I might have seen that.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you'd have been burning £50 notes in front of the homeless people.
Yeah. Oh, awful.
Oh,
Did someone have erotic? No. Fascination? Forked tongue? No. Imposter? Influential friends?
I had divine.
Okay. That's not.
I had
that's
influential
on the next-
friends.
Did you? Okay, good. Right. So that means you can roll your charisma, and whenever you need to acquire an object, gain access to a restricted location or something. When you roll this, your friends can arrange for what you want and so forth, so you gain access to those items.
Do you know who my father is?
Did someone have network of contacts?
I had street contacts?
Street
So-
street contacts. You have contacts amongst the homeless, crazies, and other societal outsiders and outcasts. Whenever you need to know something, you can check with your contact, so it gives you access again. I don't think some of these contacts you're just not going to get access to in this story because you're going to be kind of stuck in one location. Let's just say,
Not somewhere they would go.
perpetual victim.
That's me.
Is a charisma one. Whenever you appear defenseless during a dangerous experience, you roll your charisma and you get to select from a few options that someone may take care of you, or make an aggressive person not want to harm you, or someone confides in you. So basically, you can use that to make people, nicer to you.
You've always depended on the kindness of strangers.
Right. On cool, now we go to coolness, and if anyone's got anything that's related to an advantage related to coolness, we've got.
Oh, you're doing them by attribute. Never mind.
Yeah.
I thought you were doing them in alphabetical order.
Nah.
The disadvantages are alphabetical.
Got
The
it.
advantages are done by
I don't think
attribute.
anyone has anything related to coolness whatsoever, because
We
that
are
covers
not a
like
cool group.
no. Intuition.
I have intuitive.
I don't think anyone's got that except for intuitive. You can sense other people's motives through subconscious readings of their body language, word choices, and behavior. Whenever you read a person, you may always ask one additional question, regardless of the outcome of your roll. So that's a move, which is read a person. The thing we'll get into about moves is that when you say you're doing something like I'm gonna try and like understand their motives, that's basically saying I'm reading the person. So these moves, after you get used to how the game works, generally blend into the narrative. You know exactly what you're doing. Perception. Someone had a perception-based one, surely. That's a
We're
big
going to
no.
do so well.
Jesus Christ. Reason. Did anyone have a reason-based
Somebody had enhanced
advantage?
awareness. I thought that was a perception one.
No, I've just got mine are all charisma and soul.
Yeah, and enhanced awareness is soul.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So no one had a reason-based advantage?
Is authority and reason? No, I don't think it is.
No.
Is it? I think it might be, or maybe that's charisma.
No one's got anything there. Okay. Wow. Okay. Soul-based. Someone had bound.
That's me.
You are bound to an extra-dimensional entity whose powers you can draw upon. Explain what you think it is, so come up with something in-game. At the start of each game session, roll plus soul, and that gives you 3 options. So that could be see the true form of a creature or location, disperse magic targeting you, or call on the entity. Wow. Okay, so have a think about that. Someone else had divine.
That's me.
There's something about you that reminds your former servants that you of what you truly are. Whenever you encounter a monstrous creature, roll plus soul, and that gives you some options, such as the creature mistakes you for a god is at the top. Wow. Choose 3 options. Any time. Choose up to 3 options usable at any time during the scene, and there are some options below. Dreamer, no. Enhanced awareness. Whenever you focus your senses at a location where the illusion is weak, roll plus soul. On a success, you have visions about the place or are able to speak to entities tied to it. That's fun times. Did anyone else have anything that was under soul?
I have many. Hang on. I have
ditto, many.
Many, yeah. So under soul, what have I taken? I have taken... sorry, 1 second. I've got I've got forbidden inspiration. I've got snake charmer.
Okay, forbidden inspiration means when you dive deep into your art and allow yourself to be inspired, roll plus truth, and that'll give you some options that may not happen in this story. Did we say we've got magnetic attraction?
That's me.
Whenever you attract everyone's attention, roll plus soul, and there's some options there about how to influence them, such as getting them to forget what you're doing, or draw someone to you, or get someone to do what you ask. Snake charmer. Whenever you perform your chosen art form for an intelligent, monstrous creature, you roll soul to awaken a desire within them and get that creature to help you or do something. So that's
do that to
fun.
Chiggs.
Did we have we've got stubborn, voice of insanity.
I had sixth sense.
You have an intuition for things, both good and bad. At the start of the game session, roll plus soul, and that gives you some options to sense bad things are about to happen or discover a clue. Violence. I don't think anyone had anything related to violence. No, you did not.
Lover, not a fighter.
No associated attribute. These are other advantages not associated with an attribute. So is there anything else I've not covered that people have got?
Hold on a
Got all mine.
I think I haven't had a look at mine. What does Notorious get me? So Notorious is under Charisma. We may have jumped it.
Yeah.
So we've got no investigators, nobody who can read people, and nobody who can do violence.
I can read people. I'm intuitive.
Charisma, was it Notorious? You're famous in your trade. Whenever you encounter someone who has likely heard about you, roll plus Charisma, and that gives you some benefit when interacting with that person.
Nice.
Was there anything else I had not covered?
I think that's about it.
I think that's everyone's. We've got over that. So that, I think, takes us up to finishing character creation at that point. We've gone through attributes. There are a variety of moves we'll get into, which I'll quickly just list. There's avoid harm. You'll be rolling reflexes to avoid harm. Endure injury, which is that if you are hurt, you're going to be able to see whether you're injured by that harm, that source of harm. Keep it together. Like I said, keep your shit together. Don't lose stability and therefore go mad. Act under pressure is doing something risky or under a time pressure. That's where you roll your coolness to do that. Engage in combat speaks for itself. Influence others speaks for itself. Read a person speaks for itself. Observe a situation. You get the idea. Investigate, helping or hindering, or see through the illusion, which happens when you suffer shock, injuries, or a distortion to your perception due to drugs or rituals. And that's basically all the moves. Equipment-wise, I am going to give people some equipment because it's Miami and people, it's the 80s, and people here are from various nefarious and dangerous backgrounds. So I am going to say that Chigg, you have a flick knife, which gives you an attack of cut, slice, stab that will do 2 damage. It also gives you edge at the throat, which means you are in control of the target until they break free. So if you get behind them, put the knife to the throat, you can make them do what you want. I am going to say our artist has a drugs problem, and so in order to make
don't know what you're talking about. I can quit whenever I want.
So you're gonna have a what type of? I'm gonna give you. You can have a Beretta, just because you wanna You don't
Okay.
trust people.
money.
So that's going to give you obviously a combat shooting, which means you'll do 2 damage if you hurt someone. Overkill, where you just unload the clip at someone, or you can try and shoot multiple targets. And as you do that, it'll reduce your ammo. I will be
Sweet.
strict on ammo.
Yeah, it's fine. What do I roll for that? Because
So that is when you do harm.
oh,
So that'll be violence.
so the thing I've like dump statted. So the thing I've got nothing in. That'll be great.
Yeah, I know, right?
You're
Who
a tweaker.
else?
You're not meant to shoot them.
Yeah, you
Who
just
else do we
shoot at
think
them.
should have some sort of at least a weapon that makes sense? I'm going to say that
I'd say either myself or Crystal.
yeah. I'm going to say Crystal, you can have a nice like compact revolver
Derringer.
that mostly fits in a
Alright.
little clasp bag, or you can conceal on your body quite easily.
Yeah, it's a pea shooter.
Yeah, still
2-shot
hurt.
Derringer.
It'll
Violence
pepper
is
pot one.
also my dump stat, so this is great.
Excellent. And then I think David, I think your character makes sense that they also have a knife.
Cool.
Mostly for the wrong reasons entirely. But
Oh
they
yeah,
have a
we're not
knife.
going to talk about the reasons why I have a knife.
So you've got a knife, and then Mike. I don't know whether I don't think it makes sense for your character to have a weapon whatsoever.
No thanks. I'm good.
No, and that's it. That's character creation done. Other than I think at this point, if you have ideas of what your character is named and what they look like, we could do that now, and then we can have a brief breather, and then this episode is essentially over, and we'll go straight into the actual scenario.
Sounds good.
Sounds good.
I've got a name.
Oh, I've got a full character.
Yeah, I've
I've
got
got
a
a name, and I am playing myself.
Well,
Oh,
we can
wow.
always, if we want, we can actually just hold off on introducing the characters and just do it at the start of the scenario. So let's do that.
Yeah,
That's a
So
better idea. That's a better idea.
I think let's finish there. I think we're good. And I'm going to be shit with the rules because I need to refresh as I do the rules. I think Chigg, you know the rules as well quite well. Everyone else has read through the rules to a certain extent. Everyone's going to learn with us. You know, the main thing is the story and the fun that we're going to have with it.
Yes.
is
So
The friends we make along the way.
I think we
Yeah.
end this episode here then, Mike, and we suggest everyone to tune in to the next episode where we get into the actual scenario, which is the atrocity exhibition. So thank you for watching and goodbye for now.
See ya.
Bye, everybody.